Yeah, and Marty and Azalea.
Hello.
We are Greengirlstudios, and this is our Wednesday edition Magic Hour. And we are streaming live from Asheville, North Carolina. Hopefully, the weather holds. We've been having some interesting weather the last few days. It was thunderstorming earlier, so hopefully, we'll thunderstorm while we're going live and having our segment. So today I have a fun thing to share with you. In one of our segments, I showed a bowl of my I don't want to say it's extras, but I'll show what happened. So I keep my beads, a lot of my beads, small beads, in containers like this. And sometimes if I'm traveling, the lids will pop off. And that's one of my all-time most hated things when this happens. And it's happened a few times. So, and also things will get knocked over. It happens. So anyway, I was showing one of them so I could make a pair of earrings. And I was digging through it. And I'm like, so how much is one of those scoops? And I thought, and Azalea was like, listen, maybe we can sell some of the scoops, go upstairs, find some other of these trays. I have, how many of these trays do I have, Azalea?
A lot.
Like 20 of these. And I went through 3 today. And I'll show you the result of that. So I'm collecting beads now since I was, what would you say, 20 years old? 20? Maybe even younger than that. And the first places I went to this bead store called Byzantium in Columbus, Ohio. It's not there anymore. But those of you from that area might remember Byzantium. It was pretty cool. It was one of the best bead stores. And I think of it fondly. They always had incense burning and African trade beads. And it was a fantastic store. And it's where I learned to love Labrador. It's where I first saw it. And another find in African trade beads. That's where I first saw African trade beads. And also where I first saw some of Bob Burkett's beads. And it was funny because I saw them in a little tin and I was like, what are those? And there was like an armadillo and maybe a turtle or something, really small ones that he used to make, and a bee, and there was a bee in there. And Joyce, her name was Joyce, was like, these are by an artist out of New Mexico, and they're really hard to get. I had to go to the Santa Fe flea market to get these because he used to only show up at Santa Fe flea market for years until he did some, I think it was the LA County Bead Society. I don't remember the details, but I actually met him. It was one of my very first times when I went out to Tucson is where we met, and we were set up next to each other, and he saw my sketchbook, and my sketchbook was a leather bound, one of those kinds that you can replace the sketchbook on the inside. And I had a strap closing it, and on the strap was a knockoff of one of his beads, right? And he was like, oh, that's no, he saw it, he's like, I'll be back. And when he came back, he put his hand, he's like, let me see your hand. And I flipped my hand over and he put in one of his beads. And to say it was better than the knockoff one that I had on my sketchbook is an understatement. It was like night and day. And so I immediately cut that one off and pitched it in the trash and strung his on there. And I think I actually have the sketchbook to this day with the same bead. And that was 27 years ago, 26 years ago. I don't know. But it was good times. So anyway, that was some of the my early days of beading.
Lore.
Oh, I see my friends here. Hello, Cecilia. Hello, Melanie. Hello, Tina. Hello, Nilda. Hello, Pat. Hello, Connie, my friend. Hello, Cecilia. Yes. Thank you, my friends, for joining us today. It's always a fun time. I look forward to it every week. So what I have I have this. I'll just show it. So this one, all the, do you know if I spelled it right now? It's full of beads. There is, much to my chagrin, the top of the rough diamonds fell off in here. So there's rough diamonds in there. There's opal, there's black opal, there's emerald, there's ruby. It's all in here. So I'm gonna be scooping some of these today, and that's gonna be a lot of fun. We're gonna call it the lucky dip. I don't know if that has some other. I feel like I feel like that's from my childhood, lucky dip. Do you have any recollection of what that's from, daughter?
No, I don't. I've never heard that in my life.
You've never heard that? I don't remember where that's from, but that's from something that
What I'm thinking about right now is chip and dip.
chip and dip.
That's what I'm thinking about.
Kind of like it's better than chip and dip. Oh, I see Sandy is joining. Sandy, I think you were the one that wanted some of this scoop. Hello, Julie. Julie's out of Tucson. Sometimes I'm a little envious, but I'm not envious today because it's hot here. It's in what is it now? It's 78 degrees.
It's just raining.
Connie says dilly dip from Dairy Queen. It's close, but there was something that was called lucky dip. I'm almost certain of it. Some kind of lucky dip. I'm gonna have to Google it later and be like, what was that? So it might have been where you had to scoop. It might have been where you could scoop buttons. Maybe it was that lucky button. I don't know. But I was always a big fan of, you like that kind of, you just dip it and then it's kind of a big surprise of what you're going to get. So anyway, this surprise is good because there's opals in there and I can see them from here. And I know it was in that thing. So anyway, that's going to be good times. 111. That's like the surface of the sun. Karen says it was upper 90s today in Florida. All right. I'm sitting here in a tank top and I was sitting here like, okay, where's that fan? I got a fan pointed at me. And I don't know. I'm not like I don't know. I'm from a more of a tropical environment, but it's like these days, I don't know if it's hot flash. I don't know if anybody else gets that, but if I get over warm, I'm suddenly it's like I'm super hot and can't stand it. So you know what I did today? Me and Joanne went down to Hendersonville to the Gem and Mineral Society. So there's a museum. It's on the main drag in Hendersonville. And it was just kind of a lucky, that's like the word of the day, I guess. But we just went in on a whim, and it was pretty cool because there was actually a really awesome collection of gems and minerals. If you have any kind of interest in gems and minerals and you're coming to Asheville, Hendersonville's like 40-ish minutes, maybe depending on traffic. And it was fun in the basement area, if you remember, which we became members last week. And then we went on a meeting Monday night at Elijah Mountain Gem Launch. And I'll show you what was up right here. Check this out. This is good times right here. Luann says it's 80s in Northeast Pennsylvania. I'm seeing all kinds of upper 90s, 90s in Durham. Shouldn't be that hot there. Oh, Sandy says 108 degrees in Tucson. Oh, man. I don't know what I'd do. Probably just roll around and die. Probably don't know energy to roll around. But this is what Azalea and I dug out of the buckets. Have y'all done that where you have a big bucket of they get the dirt from, so I was like, where do you get this dirt? And they're like, well, we get it from Brazil, we get it from Madagascar, we get it from, and she listed like 50 places. And they ship it in. And there are fossils. So there are fossils in this. Check this out. That's pretty cool. There's like it's shaped differently than our snails of today. Because look at the back. Our snails are not like that. And the reason I know is I have snails in my freshwater tank. And I have snails out in my garden. And our snails now are much more, like the shape is different. I don't know how to describe it. It's just different. And then this is a shell. This is not a great example of what I found or what we found. But the best thing that we found, I took out my favorite things. This is pretty cool. This is that Dalmatian. I don't know if you can see, this is a better spot where you can see it. It's natural. A lot of these minerals, it was pretty cool because a lot of them I've seen in bead flow many times. And I'd always been curious, like, that for real? It kind of looks like that can't be for real. That's got to be dyed, right? You'd think so. But like, look at this. Is there any? We have a sport bottle or something I can show to get this wet? Because it doesn't really do the. Give me some little bit of this. Give me something.
I don't have a sport bottle handy.
What is that? Crucicola? No, appetite. So anyway, and then what else did we find in there? Oh, and this big chunk. That's a natural color. Look at that. Cool. You can see the light coming through. I love stones because that comes out of the ground like that. It's amazing. And so anyway, at the Mineral Society, yeah, check out these. Look at these pieces of. You got to get in a little light to see it. That's pink rose quartz. Very good, juicy piece. It's like looks like it would be kind of like strawberry milk flavor. Oh, I see. I have other friends here. Connie says I took my grandsons there. They loved it. It's so cute. It's so fun. There are welded dinosaurs in the garden. It's kind of ludicrous. They're cute. It sounds not that great, but it's actually pretty charming. And the inside they have, like tumbled stone. It's there's a lot of, I don't know how to describe it. It's like a gem and mineral shop. Anyway, I'll show you what I made with my like all that shell. Anyway, I told Joanne, and you know what? I like going to these places, and Azalea loved going to them when she was a lot younger. When we go to Franklin,
Hello.
in Franklin, they have mineral mines. And the mineral mines there, you just get in the creek, right? You go in and you dig they have all these like shovels and things that you can dig. And it's a lot. I mean, it's fun to dig. Hello, Abby. Abby says, hi, Cynthia and Azalea. I'm late. No, I was a couple minutes late because why was I?
We were rushing around kind of
I was hunting for my fan because I was like, I'm gonna be hot. I don't want to be hot. And hot earlier than my hot flash. So what I did is I took, well, I'm not to Hendersonville today. I'm gonna flip the camera on so you can see it, but I polished these stones and it was a lot of fun. It was so fun. So I'm gonna flip it now so you can see them. I'm really delighted with them. Cecilia, 110 degrees in Vegas. Listen, that when I hear that kind of cures my desire for wanting to be in the desert. Because well, I like being in the tropics. I say that, but then, I am. I'm like, it's hot and it's 78 degrees. But it rained a few minutes ago and it was like a torrential downpour last night. I was taking the kids to Walmart to get, let me adjust this camera. And let me tell you, it was bucketing down like super crazy. You wouldn't even believed it. I like it level. I don't like it to be cockeyed. I'll show this off first. Let me adjust this light so it's not a big old shadow right on it. It was hard to adjust lights. So I don't know how other people do it, but sometimes it's really challenging to get the light just right. There. Not too much shadow. What do you think, Donna? Does that look good?
Yeah.
It's a dry heat. Holly and I know exactly what that's from. Oh, before I do that, let me show this. Where's the camera? There it is. So this, I'm looking for another piece of labradorite. I think I brought all the labradorite with me in my bag. Boy, was it heavy. Okay, I don't see what I did with it. But anyway, it was rough like this. It was very, very rough. So we'll check this out. This is a piece of, looks like gravel, doesn't it? But I believe but from the corner shine here, I can see there's a little bit of glint. This is not a great piece of labradorite. It's more, this is not a great piece. It's And the reason I say that is because it's very opaque. I can't see much shine. And right inside, you never know, it might be good. But this piece was quite a bit larger and I took off a lot. And so what I did was there are these machines that you stand to about this wide of a blade, like this. It's not a blade, but it was like a sanding belt made out of metal. And you stand in front of it and you shape it. It was like it was 80 grit, and we'll pretend like this is the blade and it's spinning super fast and there's water dripping down. And there are stations, like 6 stations, beginning with 80 grit, then 100 grit, then 120, then 140, and then on the other side it's like 300, 400, and then it goes up to like 3,000. And when you go up to the 3,000, you can't even, I mean, it feels like silk with the blade. It's like a big sanding wheel. And it's so, you can't even feel it. So I was like, is this going to even do anything? But what I was surprised is that I got this beautiful shine. And I was going to drill it right through here so that it would lay like this. And you know what? That took me we were there like at 12:30 and we left around 3:30, and I have these 3 things. It's very labor intensive. So this is a piece of kyanite. That's actually, you can find kyanite here locally. There's a little bit of sheen. You can see it stacked up. And this is, at first I thought it was this stuff called green opal. I was like on fire with finding it. And I think this is more of a jasper, I want to say, because I see pieces, there's like little hints of pink. And so that was kind of my clue that it was probably not the opal. The opal is kind of like this color, and they call it common green opal. And it can be found, it's like more of an olive, like this is kind of a nice smooth olive. But I want to drill holes in them so that I can string them. Be like I have a necklace that let me see over here let me see, maybe it's okay. Oh, sorry, Marty. No, I don't know where it is. Probably my bathroom. But anyway, I wanted to drill them so they're like this. That was my fantasy. Gumnut Lane says, I would love to see how you drill through a stone sometime. I will do that, but you know what? It's noisy. That's the only thing. I brought my camera and my stand because I thought I was going to do that. But then, you know what? I got locked in to doing this. And drilling it, you just need like kind of you have a Fordham and you have like a drill press and you drill in water. And you need a special bit. The bit is a 3 millimeter and it's hollow. It's hollow so that what is it called? I don't know what it's called. The dust from the inside. I don't know if that has a word. I want to call it sludge, dust, something. And you have to go slowly and it has to be done underwater. So anyway, it's pretty cool. And I guess I could show that.
Just mute the camera.
Yeah, Zoe said just mute it. Oh, thank you, Sherry. Sherry says those are beautiful pieces. And Helene says, time of the year to stay indoors and play with beads. Prefer not to combust in the Tucson sun. Yeah, I hear that. Oh, I see a nice comment here from Jillian. Jillian says, I just want to buy myself a little birthday present, the absolute magic that is the summer lime treasure crochet necklace, and it was sold, but I'm going to use it as an inspiration to try and make my own piece. I just wanted to thank you because you're truly an inspiration. Jillian, we have, if you want to make a piece, well, I don't know about exactly, but very close to what I make, we have a tutorial on
I would be surprised if she didn't already have it. She's been around with us for a while.
Okay, well, Jillian, if you don't have that tutorial, I think it's around $30, but it's a lot of pages, a lot of information where I show all of it. So I don't hold back. There's nothing in there that I don't do.
Yeah, I made a necklace from following your instructions after not having ever finished one, and I think it turned out pretty good.
Yeah, so that's what I did. I tested Azalea when she did that. Pat says, would love a drill demo.
I can actually, I can get my necklace and show people
Oh.
as somebody who had never made them before, and then show what I made after reading your PDF.
And I keep showing them, I'm like, Joanne, do you want to hold these? Do you want to look at what I did? And you know what? It's funny. I could have been there all day, but my hands were like so pruny afterwards. It was insane. Okay, now um I'm getting too cold. Right, so I'm gonna get some of the clear this stuff out. So what I'm gonna do, I'm keeping an eye on the outside. Right now it looks sunny and nice, but that could change at any moment.
It's gonna rain again.
It is gonna rain again, I can feel it. So this is what I was talking about when I said my beads. Look at this. Yeah, look at how good that was. So these are a lot of the smalls. And this is I've been collecting beads for a really long time. And some of these you can't get anymore. And some of them are pretty recent. So there's a good mix. So some of them like this, I don't think you can get this. There's a cut in here. Whereas I just saw it. It's like a little slice. Check that out. Isn't that pretty? Yeah, that looks good. And look in here. Check out and then there's some of these. High quality. So for those that know, I don't have anything against inexpensive beads, but I will say I favor I don't want to say I just favor like expensive beads, but okay, maybe I favor more expensive beads. So,
I love this touchscreen computer.
oh, good.
There's a link to our class for anybody that hasn't seen it, and that's a necklace that I made last in the autumn time.
So Azalea made this one. Here's hers.
From using your class. It's
So-
a long one. I made it super long because I wanted it to wrap around my neck a few times.
Good job.
Thank you. It's my
Good
mermaid
work.
necklace. I have, you might notice some opals on there that were in your collection.
That's okay. I share with little daughter.
She do.
Good job.
Thank
You
you.
did a good job.
Please.
So Azalea had never made anything like it. So from my directions, I tested her on it and she did it. And then I had a couple of other of my friends do it. They tested it before I sold it. So that was, to me, I wanted to make sure you could actually do it. So anyway, I have like this here, I'll show you. This is how I have my stones when I'm traveling. All the space you see is where I dug them out. Like this was all full and they fell inside this. Some of them are still digging around. I have to remove everything and I'll add more to it. But I'll show you how I price them too. So when I get my beads, what I do first is I take them off the strand. I mark them in my book to let me know how much I paid for them, number one, so I know how much to charge, right? So these were not a cheap date. I figured out the math on them and I put in here, what does that say? As I read that for me, $1.37. So each one of these are black diamonds, and they're really tasty. Check that out. How pretty those are. Yeah, some of those fell in there. And for the most part, I had like 2 or 3 different sizes, right? And I put them in different size depending on the amount that I had. So like this, for example, what's this? Okay, so I got this strand of Japanese, these are pearls that are river pearls from Japan. And so what I do is I know how much each one's going to cost me. So it's like, I put it there, 40 cents. That's my cost on it. But when they fell into this, it would cost me more in time to go through and sort everything back into this than your time is worth something. And even though I don't mind doing stuff like that, at this point, I was just like, there's no way. And I got kind of overwhelmed. And instead, I just put them I just dumped them all into that container that you saw. So that's 3 containers worth of these tins that fell. You can see all the space that was left. And this is what I take with me when I'm traveling, and I'm going to make a thread necklace. So if you're curious, some of these fell out, like the lids popped off, and whatever was outside the tin, I just scooped it in here. In fact, here's one right here. Where'd it go? And I have a passion for beautiful stones, so let's throw that in the box. I got most of them. So anyway, yeah, it is pretty cool. Thank you, Cecilia. And Cecilia likes when I talk about the different stones. I'm crazy about stones. It's like I'd be a gemologist if I could. All right, so here's what we figured out. I did an average price of what I have in here, and it's a little on the low end because if you look, let me show this. There are rough diamonds in there, although some of them are really hard to string. And I only had the size of the container was like this much in here, so it was like with a little full thing of little diamonds in there. But it's too much of a hassle for me to dig all that stuff out. I'm not doing that. So what we did was I made an average price, and I then weighed them on this scale. And so, oh, thank you. Cecilia says, all your knowledge is something you can't buy. Well, I'm really into it. What I know now is that it's my hyper focus. And when I have a hyper fixation, I am in it to win it. Like, I want to learn everything I can. I get all the books. I like to listen to them on audio books. And it's something I'm really into. So for me, it's something I'm passionate about. And you know what? I don't even have to make the jewelry, to be honest. I could just do this. And I've got my optimizers, and when I have that, like this, I love doing this too. The other thing I like to do. I like looking at them and seeing it's kind of goofy. I don't know what the problem is. Like, I'm into it. That's all I can say. Like, I'm really into it. So what I thought we could do, and what I do with this type of blend, is I make necklaces. There's one necklace over here. This is one where I will just have some thread like this, and I'll put some freight check on the end, and then I will go through, and sometimes I don't even sort it. Sometimes I'll just go through and I'll pick them up, and like this doesn't have a freight check on it, so it won't work. But if you put the freight check, it will make this stiff like a needle, and I'll show you what freight check looks like. So this is freight check, and you can get this at craft stores. You can get it online. It's getting a little harder to find for some reason. I don't know why, but I found that two unopened packages at an estate sale for 50 cents, and I was like, I hit the lotto. Yeah. I mean, okay, they're only $6. Usually it's like $6, but anyway, it's a good time. And what I like to do, the other thing I like to do is make earrings. So this is a good way to make fast earrings. And what I like to do with that is I'll have head pins ready to go. That's not it. That's trimmed already. There's the one that's not trimmed. Well, now I gotta go hunt for the head pins. I see them. Maureen says, I just use B7000 or B6000 to make the needle. I have used that before, and if it's not too gunky, and by gunky I mean like if it's not too, I don't know what the right word, thick, I guess. Like, this is really liquid. See how liquidy it is? This is what I do with it. I'll just go ahead and show this. I know Azalea was like, you need to do the scooping at the very beginning. I'm watching the outside because we lose internet connection. is why I have to pay attention. Because we're in the mountains and there's pretty much nothing I can do about it. I mean, I can sit there and adjust like cellular, all that, the cellular data, but it doesn't matter. If it's out, it's out for everybody. You can even have a Starlink, doesn't matter, which I do have, by the way. And the reason I know it doesn't matter is because I've tried it. So I'll just shove it into the bottle. And apply it. I like to get it where there's like a good 8 inches because you can always trim off. But the reason I make it so long is if the needle gets dull, because I'm calling this my needle because it will be my needle. Let it soak in there. Works best if it's saturated. And I'll go a couple times just to get it. I'm going to let it sit for a minute though. Now you could put this on. You don't have to take that thing off. You could, there's a couple ways you can do it. You could you can get a piece of like a plastic bag and put it on the plastic bag. I don't mind it getting on my fingers. It's okay. And then I'm letting it sit off the edge of the table and letting it dry. But I will soak it 1 or 2 more times. But you could put a dollop of glue. Let's try that technique and show that works. That works pretty good too if you don't want it to get on your fingers. Some people don't like that sensation. I don't mind glue on my hands, so because I don't mind. I don't know, I'm weirdo when it comes to that. I'll just peel it off. And you can just run it right through. And look, I still managed to get it on my fingers. So I'm going to let that dangle off the edge of the table so it stays straight. And while I have all that glue, I might as well use it and put this on there. I'll just do the next one. Or you could do it like this. There's a private way if you didn't want to get your fingers all gluey. You could do it that way. So that works pretty well. That probably works better than the dip method, because the dip method you can only do, like an inch or so, or 2 inches. Let me see. I'm looking around to see if I have any more cords. Here's some. Look at this red. Can you even believe that? This color you probably can't get anymore. Kind of annoying when that happens. I'm just using it up. I don't like to be wasteful. I mean, it was only a little squeeze, but Marty, stay seated. He wants to check out what I'm doing.
He's a big cat. He got big feet.
Cecilia says the box is mesmerizing. When someone, I think it was Sandy, was like, I want a scoop of that. I was like, how would I ever charge? How would I ever know how much to price? Because I was going through and pricing it by the bead originally, or I'd do it with, like average, like some of them you can do that. But like some of the beads are kind of expensive. So
did you already tell them about it today?
No, I didn't. I'm getting ready to.
The different tin size.
I'm getting ready to do it. I got kind of sidetracked with coding these, but I will do it right now. Thank you for keeping me on the straight and narrow.
This will happen kind of like a lot sale. Yeah,
Zelly was saying, how are we going to do this so that everybody is happy? And so what I was thinking about doing was asking if a person, look, I'm just going to dump these in there back in. And I figured it out by weight is how I figured it. So this size is 25. This size is 30. And this size is 100. And that might seem like it's a lot, but I weighed it. And I can show the weight again. And I'll weigh all of them to make it fair and so everybody's happy. So with this necklace, this is kind of a random assortment. And this is from this box, right? So what I did was I tried to go for things that were more neutrally earth tones. This is sapphires. You can see sapphires and tourmalines mostly. Sandy says, love that sparkle box. Yeah. Oh, yeah, it is. You know, Abby says, I've been sorting beads as a whip for my micro cord. It's hard to find. I can't wait to start crocheting. You know, we have some. We don't have it on the website, do we?
What?
Micro cord.
No, because I mean we could, but you know.
Yeah,
We don't.
we ordered a bunch. And unfortunately, some of that stuff, you know, you guys have probably been paying attention and seeing how things are going with a lot of the bead companies going under. You know, it's kind of scary. I mean, we're going to hang on for as long as we can. As long as people are buying beads, we'll keep doing it. Okay, so this is how I was going to do it. But if you want this box, what I was going to say is whoever wants this one.
Just leave it.
Okay.
It's probably not really affecting much of anything right now.
And then this one, 30. Yeah, check it out. That's actually really good. If you've ever taken a bead off a strand, you know how many beads. And here, I'll spread it out so you can see just how many beads. So this is in the $25 amount. Now, I don't have a listing for this. This is a lot. This is kind of like a lot sale. So this is probably, I would say, like a good variety. There's a good variety because right here we have, I'll just name these nuts as I see them. Or something pointy that can point them. All right, that one is a CZ. I got those so I could put them in my PMC. You can't get these anymore, actually. And this is Ruby, and I'll show you how you can know. Oh, I don't have my light. Can you go hunt my light? It's in my bag. You dig in my bag? So I can show it. So there's rubies in here. That's Ruby. All right, there's a ruby. Spinel. Lapis. All right, this is Peridot. I think that's Peridot. No, that's actually stick tourmaline. I forgot I had stick tourmaline in here. And stick tourmaline is where the crystal grows. It's like this, and these are drilled through the middle. And that's chrome diopside. That is, oh, that's some nice, that's rainbow tourmaline there. There's some small, those river pearls. That right there, I need to put my glasses on so I can see it. Hold on, my glasses. All right, now I can see there is, oh,
That looks good. Dang. Juicy.
all right, so this is a light that is for looking for stones. That's the purpose. I got this at a gem show. And certain stones fluoresce. Rubies will fluoresce in there so you can see the ruby. You see how it does? So you can see that. There's ruby right there when it fluoresces. Oh, thank you, Paula. Paula says, talk with Cherry Tree Beads today and let them know how much I appreciate you and Azal's YouTube channel and how much I love your beads. Oh, thank you, Paula. I appreciate you. That's nice of you. I love Cherry Tree. Actually, I just talked to Jen yesterday, and we are now, as of course, as soon as I start thinking about it, I don't know what. Look at this one. Oh, that's a really pretty. That's a little. That's called black opal. I don't know if you can see, that's so sparkly. So anyway, what I'm going to do is if you would like to get a small dip, $25. If you'd like a larger dip, $30. And let's see what's in the $30 amount. So that's, I would estimate that that's probably 2 strands. But I mean, if you think about that, when are you ever going to get 2 strands at $15 each, where you have the possibility of getting a high grade opal, ruby, And I mean, that's so good. I mean, let's be real. You ever go to a gem show? That's like practically that is wholesale. I just realized that's wholesale. So I am charging like my average on that. So hopefully that works out and everybody's happy with it. And then here is the amount for that you get in. Need a bigger scooper duper for this. Cat hair. Just stuck to my finger from petting that cat earlier. And I will weigh each of these. So all that's the $100 one. Abby says that is an awesome deal. I think, Sandra, I think what we're going to do is y'all going to call out and tell me what you want. And then what I'm going to do is I have these little strips of paper. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to write your name on the strip of paper and cut it out and put it on either like the size. I think I have enough of these tins that are open over here. See all these tins?
We'll just, if we run out, we just keep doing it till we run out.
And that's what I'm going to do. If I run out, this is $100 amount. And that I feel like you're getting your money's worth because let me remind you, this has rubies, sapphires, emeralds, diamonds. I mean, obviously the diamonds are rough diamonds, but still you're not going to even, I mean, a diamond strand is worth $125 wholesale.
Also,
right?
if you wanted to get all the strands to make that, it would be way above and beyond $100.
Yeah, and there's things like this. Look at this one. My wholesale cost, my cost was like $2 a piece on these guys. So, you know. All right, hold on a second. I'm going to write this down. I see Cecilia wants a $100 one. So Azalea, write this down. And so what I will do, I can scoop them now. Would you guys rather if I scooped it now?
Yes, they do.
You want to scoop it now?
They want to see you scoop it. What do you mean? Yeah,
Okay.
scoop that. That's the best part.
Oh, as I said, you show the scooping. I'm gonna stack this up so a little higher and it's not so far away so you can see what's in your dip. What's in your lucky dip?
So wait, do you have big tins that you were using? Where's more of those bigger tins? Those.
I have this one.
You only have one?
I can get, we can dump them into a bag.
Very satisfying.
Okay, I see. Yeah, I didn't think these tins, they're good, but the lids pop off. So
I wouldn't ship them like that.
No, we
obviously.
wouldn't ship them because these lids will pop right off.
Y'all will never receive something from us that was done spilled in the box.
Okay, so this one, let me go back here and go through and see. I'm going to write that one down. Maybe I can dump them into, I didn't think this through because I thought, you know what? I thought everybody would want this. So I did not think of that all the way. I thought people would want the 25 one. I thought nobody was going to go $100 one.
Well, I mean, if somebody wants another $100 one, you could always give them 4 of those little ones.
What we'll do. Maybe some bags, or just so I'll dump them in each one.
Okay, I don't have bags. You're sending me.
There's no bags? There's bags over here.
Bags?
Yeah, I got bags right here. What's going on here? Sandy, I can, I have some, the color I have, I mean, you can just let me know what color you prefer and I'll see if I have it, but, I have some, just let me know what color you want and I'll show you. Wendy, you're so funny. Wendy wants to run her fingers through this. Yeah, it's good times. This whole thing, it's super good times. Yeah. The best part is the little black opals that are in there. Yeah, look at this one here. Look at this with all that. That's some good quality opal. And I love these slices. So what I have is, and I try to pick things that have a nice good size hole, but there might be a few from like really old stock. These are super old, man. Check these out. This is actually rutilated quartz. I got this one at my very first show. So that's in there. It's so dense, the rutiles, I don't know if you can see it. These you cannot buy anymore at all. So that's in there too. That's pretty cool. So if you want the thread, I have thread. Just send me a message and I'll add that on there for you. And as you can. So here's how that works. I'm going to send you an invoice. If you're not on our list, if you're not on our customer list, then you need to give us your email so we can send it to you. Oh, here we go. We'll do this.
Quick thinking. I know.
All right, let me see.
It's getting
Oh, golden. I have gold. I have so much golden through. So give me a chance. I'm gonna look back through here and see what I have.
All right.
I'm gonna go.
So we know Cecilia wanted it. I haven't looked at the screen yet, so I'm gonna write her down. Did you already do that?
I'm going back right now
I'm doing
to
it.
see what I have. Cecilia would like the large 10. Okay, we'll put Cecilia's name. You have that?
Yeah, check
And
this
we have
out.
a lot of these 10s, so we'll put that in there.
We can show it to them. Good old Marty. Here's her little thing. Peel it. Satisfying. I know she'd like that.
Yep. Okay, let's see who's next. Cecilia. Melanie will take a $30 kit. I'm going to make sure you get down. I'm going to scrape it all up so we're not getting just big stuff. But this big stuff, everything in here is what I use on my necklaces. So look at these. There's little itty bitty abalone birds. I got those from Sandy Shore ages and ages and ages ago. Those were antique when I bought them. Make sure that is nice and full. That's a $30. And that's fantastic, y'all, right there. It's good times.
Sure. There's a little sticker for you. Right
Go
on the
find the
side.
lid.
You had the lid, didn't you, just now? What am I supposed to? You're talking about some find the lid. We're
Sorry, Zelia.
no,
Okay, that's from
we have no
Melanie.
lid.
Sandy would like a $30 one. We'll put that here. We're gonna have to hunt the lids later.
What about? Wait, there's something next to lids in the thing.
You know, I don't like those. We'll just use these. Sam, did you do Melanie's?
You saw me do Melanie's. That's this one.
Okay,
We could pour that in here just to keep it safe.
just to keep it because the lids don't pop off these.
Put that in there like that, the whole thing, just leave it.
Right. No, I need that.
Okay. Oh, I see what you're doing here. Okay, let's put that sticker on the second. Yeah, there you go. All right, hand it off to me. I'll take care of it.
Okay, is that Melanie's?
Yes.
Okay, Sandy is next.
Super. I'd be excited about this too, because these are some little on this treasure trove. I got to pick a couple things out of here when I made my necklace, and it's fire. They look so good.
That's sapphire right there. I know from that. That's another one of those birds. It's good times. Okay, so that is Sandy's. This one's Sandy's.
Where's the lid at? Yep.
The next one is Penny wants a $30 one too. And I'm putting these full. So actually it's a few more. Now I did this by weight earlier and I'm packing them full. So there's actually a couple more grams than I had said, because look how it's overflowing. I'm not being tricky with y'all. You know, I don't like the words meager. And I don't like the words. There's all these words that's like tricky. I don't like those words. Okay, that one's pennies. Oh, Karen wants a $100 one. So I'm going to do this until I run out. And you know what? I have actually, there's more upstairs. I just went through 3 boxes. That could actually, I could get in there a little bit more with some smalls. All right, this is Karen's. And when I say that I've used one of these to make, you can make a lot of thread necklaces with this. So this is
So
a
the
fantastic
beads
deal.
are all spaced out.
Yeah, the beads, look at how, just take a gander at how I have these beads. So the hard part is,
Who did you have in your hand just now?
this is for Karen.
Okay. Lid, please.
All right, Maureen wants one of the small or medium.
And I can probably send these invoices tonight, you guys, after the stream. So look out in your email this evening. Check your spam, because I'm sending tonight.
You know, I put these lids
What are you
down.
doing next?
I think this one is Maureen. Is 30. Okay, now I took the lid off. Now I can't see. I don't know what I did with it. Yeah, look at that one, Maureen. That's a steal, by the way, just so you know.
I think that's why everybody's flowing in. I think they know it's a steal.
I'm just letting them know because I mean, I was excited and I told Azalea, I was like, I'm loving this. And I hope everybody's happy. Sandra wants a $100 scoop. There's Japanese river pearls in here. Ooh, I see some diamonds. Let's get on the bottom of that and get that. Rubies. There's some rubies in there.
Did you do Sandra's?
I'm doing it right now.
We usually are talking more, but now I'm locked in. Writing fast.
Sandra's. Now I see Pat wants a $30 scoop. Ooh, this is an antique. Look, these are carved roses. There, you get that one in there. There you go, Pat. Get some of those there's some that I could squeeze a little bit more in there. There you go. I need to put this one out of the way because I keep the lids disappear. That Wendy would like a $30 scoop.
I like watching you scoop it too.
You know, I do too. I like scooping them. It's kind of fun. Ooh. Oh, Wendy, look at that. Look at that. Look at that juicy goodness. Sure, that one goes in there. Oh, and I see some vermeil. There's some sterling. See some sterling that's actually coated with 18 karat gold. So that's good times there for you. And Sandy would like some of the golden thread, the beige color thread we got a lot of, that natural color. We have it. We can look that up. And Abby would like one of these. So I was just letting you know, so we got to go and get some of that thread. And look at this box. It's like, still, Abby, look at this one you're
It's
getting.
always listed on the website. Just the thread just on there so people can get a hold of it, and we can charge our old price before it got jacked up.
Yeah, I will say that the prices have changed for that micro cord.
More expensive now.
It is more expensive,
But
so
yeah. Who's next?
Abby.
Very nice.
Harriet would like a scoop. Harriet, if you are not one of our frequent customers, then
Let me
make
see the name
sure-
first. Harriet West? Yeah, Harriet West is like almost on every stream.
Oh,
She's here all the time. Yeah.
well,
Well,
thank
not
you.
on every stream, but I get orders from her all the time. I
Yeah,
shipped
one of those hints.
I shipped a bunch of stuff to you yesterday, Harriet.
Make sure you get that one. Yeah, so that's actually a few grams more because if you look from the side view, it's actually domed out. It's not like barely, I didn't just like barely fill it. So this would be a good one. You could actually take this with you on a trip right here, this and a thing of thread,
Oh, that's very rare.
and you could just sit there and make earrings. So this was Harriet.
We're in Stranger Things right now.
Mm-hmm.
This music is
Okay, so
pumping it
C.
up.
Gray said, just tuned in. What are the options? Small is 25, medium is 30, and the large is 100 because I did the scoops by weight. And I did averages. So, all right, all right, I'm kind of behind. What was the last one, Azalea?
Harriet.
Did you do a Penny? I see Penny's name here. Did I already do a Penny?
Which I think you did do Penny before. Are you scrolling up?
Oh,
Why are you scrolling
I'm
up?
seeing more. Okay, because there was a few more because there's some that I didn't see. There's a Sherry wants a large one. I'm just making sure. Maureen says, I think you skipped me. I didn't see it. Okay, I'm back. I just did Harriet. So Maureen says, okay, I see Sherry says a large. All right, I'm gonna do Sherry's next. And these are the beads that I use, and this is what I take with me on my trips I'll take them with me to do necklace making. So this one's cherries. Oh, I see Clem. Hello, Clem. Melanie says she'll take another 31. Okay, I can do that. This will dump those pumpkin ones. This is for you. Maybe we can dump this in with one of Melanie's. Zoya,
What?
can you find Melanie's and I'll add this one to it?
Oh, okay. I was already writing her a secondary tag. Let me see.
Let's see where else.
There it is. This is hers.
Digging for treasure. Clem, what we're doing is this is my box of crochet necklace pieces that have spilled into each other. So these have spilled over time because the lids don't stay on. And what I did was wherever you see space, I pulled them out, took everything out, and dumped them into this box. So I have about 15 more of these boxes. I'll do this again soon. Right. Maureen says, these are treasures. I would say so because some of these you can't get them anymore. Wendy says, what are those oval looking ones? Oval. There's a lot of ovals in there. And we did pennies already. Oh, Carrie, I see Carrie would like 100 one. Did I do that one?
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, it is fun. I love it. So what's in here? There's sapphires, there's rubies, there's rough cut diamonds. There is.
Look what just happened.
Wow, you're writing fast and furious.
No, I put the pen on. I put the cap on the pen, and then I just pulled the cap back off to use it again. And the whole pen nib is stuck inside the lid and came out of the marker. I guess I have to go find another pen.
Did you do? All right. So this one's for, I thought, did I do penny already? Or is
I
it?
believe you. I had a penny. Are there two pennies? Because I think that's penny jog.
Okay, so do you want, so this one's for is this one Maureen's right here? Can you put those two together? I'll just do it now. Penny, we have you down for one already. It's already done.
Okay, did you give me if Carrie's? Is that one?
This is Carrie's. These sticks are tourmaline crystals. That's one of my favorite things to use in my thread necklaces. They grow like that. Can you believe that? Right, what are we up to now? Okay. Wendy says, I'll do a medium. Perfect. Sandy says, can I add another? What size did you do, Sandy? Yeah, I'm not limiting anybody. I mean, as long as I have them here.
Who's that for right there?
This one is Wendy. Wendy. I think there's some room in there for some more smalls. Let me get some smalls in there. Pack that full. This one is Wendy's. Sea gray.
Ooh, jingle jangle. Mm.
Yeah, since you got that great big one, I'll put this in there to make up for that big one.
Is that for sea gray?
Sea gray. Fix that thread on that. I didn't do a very good job on that. Okay, Sandy would like a 25 tin added. Okay, I can do that.
We could find it's Sandy Juliet, right?
Terry says, am I missing something? Terry, what we're doing right now is this is $25 worth of a scoop. Let me just show how that goes.
Wait, what is she saying?
Terry doesn't know what's happening. So Terry, what we're doing is this is my crochet kit they dumped together and I was
And maybe
showing
maybe she knows what's happening, but maybe she placed she like
I didn't
asked and didn't get written down.
So that's $25 worth. What I did earlier was I weighed the amount. So this is, and I did an average. So it's weighed by the gram. And I put extra in there because I'm heaping them. When I did it before, it was like just to the top. So
Terry, if you want one,
Terry says, I wanted this. So this is $25.
Yeah,
This
we
is
have
the
25,
$30.
30, and 100.
And this one's 100 because this one weighs the most. All right, where am I at? Can you dig for Sandy? She wants another 25 added to hers. Terry, I know you were telling me you wanted a scoop last week, and so that's what gave us Azalea's like we should just accommodate. Because what are you going to do with that? Because I do have what was happening was I have one of these bowls, and
Are you other
it had spilled. Oh, you already put the 25 in there?
Sandy, no.
Okay, I'm going to add more to it. Okay, Sandy, I'm adding 25. Yeah, because if you can see the side view, you can see that that's actually bulging.
Bulging.
So this is part of my collection. I've been collecting these beads for I don't know how many years, a lot of years. So let's see. Let me see where I'm at here. Penny says wanted a second one for 100. Okay, I can do that. Give me another sticker. Or is it full?
Or she might have a room in her first tin.
Is there room in it?
No, that's a 100.
That's pretty cool for 100. We'll just refill it. Oh, there's some black opal right there on the top. See that? There, you can look at what I put in there.
ASMR.
Mm-hmm.
Bead ASMR.
What kind of opal? If you guys are wondering, I have all different kinds of opal in here. I have there's black opals, there's yellow opals, there's golden opals. All right, what Wendy, did I already do one for you, Wendy? I thought you said you wanted a medium. I already did yours, Wendy.
Yeah, I think
Okay, I'm looking at this, and Sandy says you packed 30 already for me. Add 25 to the 10. All right, find me.
I think you did that
Sandy.
already.
Oh, I did.
You already did that, yeah.
Okay.
So Terry says, "Where's Terry's share sizes and money?" All right, Terry, what? Terry, I'm watching my beads going away. You have to let us know what size you would like, Terry, because we have a small, medium, and large. And if you say I would like a large, then I can write you up for a large one. Let's keep. Oh yeah, there she goes. You were way up in the top of the comments. You guys are commenting fast, and Mom scrolls and reads it slow, so it's okay.
Sorry.
It's okay.
Oh no, I got plenty here.
Yeah,
Look,
don't
look at this
worry.
one. Look at this one. I'll treat you right.
I think I need to cut some more things real quick.
If there's one thing to be said about me, it's that I'm not greedy.
This is true. She talks about being a dragon hoarder, but she is very generous. She just likes sparkle things.
That's true. And listen, I am not running out. Just so you all know, I have more. There's more where that came from. So this one's Terry's. I passed it to you, daughter.
She wanted a 30?
Yep.
There you go, Terry.
Oh, Anne. Hello, Anne. We're going again with what are we doing here? We're making scoops.
The lucky dip.
The
I think you
lucky
said
dip. I'm
lucky,
calling
lucky
it the
scoop.
lucky dip. And what's happening here is that this is, I think last week or Sunday or something, I had a big bowl. The bowl is full of beads, and I have caps in it now. And what we're doing is I weighed these. So this is $25, this is $30, and this is $100, and it's by weight. So what we're doing is I'm filling these up and then putting them in tins. And that's how we're doing it. All right. Let's see. Azalea's writing everything down. All right. Let's see. Okay. Abby says, will you let us know when you will do this again? I was hooked up to an infusion at the hospital all day and almost missed this. Yeah, we'll do that because I'm loving this. All right. Ann says, how much for a small, medium? Okay, 25 for this size, 30 for this. This is actually the better deal because this is a few more grams than this one. This is for sure the better deal. Look what you get in the 30. Get in here. So what's in this is I have rubies, sapphires. This is all the stuff that I make my crochet necklaces with. So what happened with this is these guys opened and fell in, and all the ones the space you see are where I just took everything out and dumped them into this. And I couldn't figure out, I was like, how am I going to price this? Because I'm never going to count this. So I've been sitting on it for years. This one's for Anne. This is 20. This is the 30. Did Anne say she wanted 30 or my
She
man?
said, how much for a medium, or for a small medium?
All right, let me see what I have here. Okay. Oh, everybody's answering. Thank you. Oh yeah, this is it is perfect for crochet necklace and earrings. So it's perfect for earrings. All right. I think we're done. And look at what's left. I still have a ton left.
Oh yeah, Anne wants one. Yes, make it bulging.
Well,
Show it for her. Let it sparkle in her eyes.
yeah, for $30. Come on now. Oh, that's aquamarine.
Big
There's
ol'
a
opal right
willow.
there. What's that orange big round one? Yeah, I like those orange drops. What are those?
Oh, this?
No, the bright orange ones.
Oh, those are CZs. You can't get them anymore.
Oh,
I bought those to do.
I see a pearl. Hmm.
There's sapphires. Actually, you know what? I'll show you. There's some of these are rough diamonds that fell in. That's rough diamond right there. You see that right here? All right, that was fun. And I feel kind of like that's a pretty good dopamine rush.
Having everybody excited all at once.
Yeah, now I feel kind of like the feeling. I'm kind of like feeling pretty excited.
Stir it one more time.
Oh, let's real time.
We can always, you know what we can do? This can be like, what was that thing that they got? I don't know where it was, but I saw a video where it could have been maybe in India, maybe it could actually, no, I think it was in China where they had a soup pot that had been going for a really long time. And it just constantly was cooking forever.
Oh, that's good. That's
And
like
they kept adding to it. So what we can do, if we can do this every once in a while, we could even do it like once a week or once every other week and keep adding to that mix.
You know what would be kind of fun to do is put in stuff that like we've had lots that were like way back when, like from our early days, right when it's probably 5 years ago during COVID, and we could just cut those up and put those in here and maybe do some that are different sizes because most of these would be appropriate for like this is what do they even call those kind of bead? I can't even remember. It's like a feldspar of some type. Sure, it's never too late. Sherry says too late to add another medium.
No, because we're still here.
Oh, Gumnut says it's called a master stock.
I like that. I like that a lot.
Yeah, that's fun.
This is our master stock of beads. Very
Yeah.
nice. What's it?
So we'll do this again. Because this was fun.
Let's add that to Sherry.
Sherry.
Have to big for
Sherry's.
You hear that jingling?
Because
That's
everything in here, I mean, some of these, I will say that you can't, like, it's like beads are kind of like fashion where,
Here's Sherry. Oh, Sherry might need another tin because she already got a big one.
Yeah.
I'll write down a second one.
So, I have been making thread necklaces for many, many years, and I have been buying, you guys don't even know how many of these I have. I organize them by color. So this is what. And some of them are a little bit big. Like, I have a tendency to get the same. This is all like, the color is like pinks and like tourmaline colors. And so that's pretty cool.
Scoop one more medium for Sherry. I made her tag.
Ann says, let us know when the invoices are going to be.
Tonight.
So Zoe's going to do our all the invoices.
You will get all your invoices tonight. And if you don't get it tonight, you have to check your spam. And if I made a mistake, email me. Like if I got your email address wrong, but I likely won't because I recognize all the names that we dealt with tonight. That cat's been waiting patiently for his treat. He is spilling off of that stool. He fat.
Yeah, so even when you'd say, oh, we're scraping the edges and the bottom, even this, look at all this that's in there. Like this is pretty opal heavy. So opals are light. Just keep that in mind too. So there's going to be more opals. They're basically weightless. So that's pretty nice. Okay, that one's for Sherry.
Very nice.
Oh, Nancy, hello. Hello, my friends. Thank you all for enjoying this fun thing with me. We can make crochet necklaces. This is actually what I do. I'll take one of these with me. I stop putting the lids because they just fall off anyway. And I mean, it is if you're doing one that it's the colors are specific, then I usually keep them separate. But this is one that I just had kind of random. I want all rounds, and you could make, look how many, I mean, if you think about it, of how many beads, how many necklaces could you even make with even the 25 one? I mean, that's full with that. Terry says, okay, I can't stand it. She's going to do 20 more. A 20. All right, find Terry's and we'll scoop this into Terry's.
Sorry. I was busy scrubbing that cat. He doesn't like to be scruggled, but he is.
Look at this one, Terry.
Hard
See all that?
enough.
Check it out. Check it out. Look at the color and flash on these. I'll slide that into your pile.
Here's Terry's. This is hers from a few minutes ago. Let me open it up.
That one was in there. I'll find it, put it in there. Terry, this is going to be good. All right. Add that one to Terry's. It's 25. Okay, Karen says, what is the best way to stiffen the end of the thread to make it easier to thread the beads on? Well, we talked about that at the very beginning, and what I use, where is it? I dipped everything. So if you want to go to the very beginning of this, Karen, I use this and I demonstrated it. And I showed two ways. Oh, Clem says, I showed my crochet necklace to some friends of mine and they were astounded. Yeah, they get a lot of attention when I'm at the shows. I will say that. And this was hanging off the edge. It kind of got a little bit of wavy gravy. But it is, I will add another layer to keep it even more. I like it where it's like a little needle. This one's a better example of it. And what we did was we did a drop of this on, is it this one? I don't even feel it on here. It was on one of these plastic bags and then folded it and did this. Just like this. And then I let it hang off the edge. So this is actually, I usually do it twice so it's nice and stiff. But once is okay. And the reason I make it so long is this, if the end gets kind of chewed up, then you can do this and trim it. So if you make it nice and long, you have plenty to trim from. All right, that was pretty fun. Now I feel like, oh my God, it's been an hour and 18 minutes. Getting wild. So exciting. All right, well, we'll do another master stock dip. This is more recent. Some of these are more recent. This is an old one, but I have other collections and I have other sizes, so we can do this again with maybe a medium sized bead. So it's not just like, this is a lot of, if you look, there's some tiny, I mean, there's a lot of variety in there. And I have all, like, wouldn't it be fun to do one with the malas? I have mala beads that are in the same, they're in a big bowl. And when I'm making malas, you should see, it's a huge box. It's like this. It's a huge box. I mean, I don't know why I thought you guys could see that when I spread my hands out like that. But anyway, Melanie says, this was so much fun. I would agree with that. I'm going to flip this. Marty's been patiently waiting.
He was sitting so politely with his paws crossed and everything.
Okay, Azalea, do you want to flip this?
He's making a business deal. Here, look at this cat.
Wow, devious. He is ready. Well, that was pretty fun. I feel like I just had a huge dopamine rush. I'm just like, wow, now I need a nap. So,
I like to smell her.
he acts like he is acting like he doesn't eat. But
Nobody's thinking that.
listen, he gets plenty to eat. plenty.
Oh,
Look how
big
fast I
head.
get that. I can
Big head. It's good. It's good.
little
size.
hamburger head.
Give Marty
A large. I did.
He gets a large scoop every day. That's how he got to be 20 pounds.
He is grande. That's his scoop. He's like, back up, human,
Large cat.
large, hairless cat. That's my kitty.
Yeah, big.
Well, now I'm kind of like that's all that excitement has me kind of like,
It's also hot.
and it's also hot, so that was fun. All right, my friends, I am going to clean up my mess over here. Azalea is going to send out some invoices, and we will ship these right out. We have a good stack of things here, and I can hardly believe
I have something to say about the pewter stuff.
Oh,
So anybody that has some packages might not have been combined. You might have noticed because some people ordered pewter, and our pewter took like abhorrently long to get here this time. After I made the casting list literally like 2 weeks ago, and
well, there's something. Okay, so in the world right now, there are things happening, and so we are not as affected by tariffs as many of our friends. I mean, I'm sure you all have heard that Vita Holique is closed. That uh, who else did I hear? I heard Goody Beads is also closing, and our friends over at Beaducation, Lisa and Evan Kelly's. I mean, we've been kind of hit with a lot of our friends closing their doors for their shop, and it's pretty stressful. We don't. A lot of our stuff doesn't come from China, so
none of our stuff.
yeah. I mean, like the stones come from India. They're drilled. Some of them are drilled, but they're drilled in China because they have state of the art equipment to drill, and a lot of it was purchased a long time ago. I mean, I mean, this stuff that here, I didn't buy this recently. This is from decades of collecting, and a lot of our people, the vendors that we work with, have purchased. I mean, they have warehouses full, and they're already in the States, so it hasn't really impacted us that much. But the world's pewter comes from Burma, and Burma has, I don't know if you know this, but Burma's got a lot of strife happening. And so it took a minute to get the tin.
I just now got the finished beads from Dad today, and so if you've been waiting for something, thank you for being patient. I'm
Yes.
shipping tomorrow. I'm gonna ship as much as I can tomorrow. I try to combine packages when I can. Y'all know that.
Yeah.
Sometimes things wait. Sometimes things get separated.
Like if we don't see it come in, like if she is filling them and the order comes in like the next day, then it's kind of too late to get into the pack. It's already packed up and it's like basically it's on its way out. So if that's the case, we apologize because usually we try to go and make sure that everybody's things, to save money. I get it. I like to have things combined myself if it's possible. So there's a little bit of a delay with our pewter to get here. And even though we alloy our own metals, still, it's one of those things that you can't, the world right now is like nuts. It's nuts right now. So all we can say, all we can do is do what you can. Anything that you can do. I told Azella, she was like, what do you do with the world right now? And I said, you just focus on the micro right now. Like help with their friends, help with, volunteer where you can and kind of stay grounded and do something creative because you know what? Nothing kills your spirit faster than doom scrolling and reading about everything that's negative. If you can't do anything about it right then and there, if there's nothing you can do, then just breathe it out and think of something you can do. And you can do is you can make one of your friends feel better. You can do something nice for somebody. And it's a small, tiny, incremental thing, but it adds up. Because if everybody does it, guess what? Well, I mean, it's like it's raising the vibration, right, Marty? What do you say? So that's my 2 cents on that. All right, my friends, I'm gonna get a drink. I'm gonna get something to eat, and I am going to do something relaxing. I'm gonna make some jewelry. We've been putting up necklaces, so if you're interested, I'm wearing this one and I'm going to add more. It's kind of painstaking. I don't know if you know this, but we list all the things that are on the necklaces. We listed another 4 last night. We'll probably list another 4 tonight. So slowly I'm getting that batch of necklaces added. So if you want to treat yourself, get yourself something nice. You've seen the gemstones I work with, and you can get yourself something good. Or if you want to make your own, we've got all the supplies for that. And if we don't have it, our friends, all the people for TGBE, Kate Richburg, Abby Berta, all my friends, they got everything you need. And we're still in business. So support your local businesses. If you want to see if you want to see beads, our bead businesses, buy something from, just even it's a little bit, and it helps, because you know what, that's what happens is people get scared and they think, it's going to be the end of the world. It's not the end of the world as we know it. Things will always be changing, but we made it through 9/11. We made it through COVID. We'll make it through this. So, all right, my friends, we will see you soon. We'll be on here live again on Sunday, and hopefully have something fun to share. All right. Good night, my friends.
Good night, everybody. Thank you.